Well, guys, today's top 10 list is going to be interesting. It's going to be top 10 games I wish did not exist. So these are games that I just wish didn't exist. Now, before I get into the list, let me say, if you like any of these games, don't take it personally. I don't have the ability to magically make these games disappear. This is just my personal preference of what I wish didn't exist. Now, here's the criteria for the list. Not every game on here is necessarily bad. This is not a list of the worst games of all time. This is not a list of the most disappointing games of all time. This is more like, if I could snap my fingers and make it disappear or never have existed at all, these would make the top of my list. And it could be stuff that hurts the industry, in my opinion. It could be games that took away from development of other games, and that's mostly what this is. So, take it with a grain of salt. I'm sure this will be a funny list, and you all might laugh at me for some of the things on here. So with that being said, we're going to jump right into it. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe. And of course, whether you're new or returning, like the video. That always helps. So, number 10 on the list is Star Wars Battlefront 2. And the simple reason this is on the list is the microtransactions at launch were so egregious. It was ugly, pay-to-win bullshit that I feel seeped into more games around that era and around the current era of gaming. It was disgusting. I hate pay to win. I'm not a fan of microtransactions. And this had some of the worst examples of all time. So it had to be on the list. Number 9 for me is an interesting one. It's Roblox. And I know a lot of people like Roblox, and especially kids or whatever. But I actually think Roblox has been one of the more dangerous video games for kids, just because I've heard about predatory ways people have used the game to reach minors, and I don't like that at all. It's not cool, obviously. So I just felt like I wanted to add that on the list. It's definitely a weird reason maybe to add it, but I believe it's a high enough level of concern that I think it's got to be on the list. Number 8 on the list is Superman 64. This is actually a bad game. But here's the problem. The reason it's on the list is because I feel as though it's the type of game that was so bad, Superman has never got a fair shake with another real good video game. You know what I mean? Like, we deserve Superman games like how we've gotten Batman games. And yet, I feel the stigma of Superman 64 still lingers even over 25 years later. And so, for that reason alone, I just wish Superman 64 didn't exist. It's rough. How about number 7, E.T.? This was a game changer. This is a game that came out on the Atari 2600. Of course, it was famous for having plenty of its carts buried in the desert and uncovered. It actually caused the video game crash of 1982 in the United States. Maybe in an alternate universe, it's a good thing E.T. happened for certain things to happen. But in my opinion, maybe we're in a stronger position in the gaming industry without a game like E.T. I certainly think games would have been thought of more fondly back in the early 80s. And so for that reason alone, I gotta put it on the list. Cautiously, however. Number 6 on this list, and you've been hearing the music in the background, I mostly hate the fact that I actually paid full price for this game. Number 6 is Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric on the Wii U. You know, I never thought I'd see a Sonic game worse than Sonic 06. And of course, we've had our share of mediocre Sonic games over the years. But this game was infuriatingly bad. It was so bad, I pretty much pulled the plug on Sega and Sonic for years until I finally was like, alright, let's give their games a chance again. It almost killed my love of the franchise. It was so rough. I can't stand Sonic Boom. Number 5, Balon Wonderland. I feel like this game put all platformers on notice, possibly. Like, this game was so bad, it actually was worse than Sonic Boom. And this game was so bad that, like I said, it gave all platformers a bad name. And I still feel the repercussions of it to some degree. I'm still waiting on games like the next Rayman Legends to come out, or other platformers we used to get that we don't seem to get now. I used to like games like Cloudberry Kingdom, and I feel like because of what happened with Balon Wonderland, there might be some companies that pretty much put on ice some platformers they otherwise maybe could have released by now. And that sucks, because I love platformers. To me, it's still my favorite genre. I still love Mario, I love Sonic, Kirby, and of course you're going to get those, but I want the other kind of games too. I want another Rayman, like I said. I want third-party platformers that we don't get as much anymore. More 3D platformers, more 2D platformers. I want more of it. Astrobot was a lovely game to have in this era, and I would like to see more of that. Number 4 on the list, and this will definitely piss some people off, Elder Scrolls Online. It's as simple as this for me. We go from Skyrim coming out in 2011 to when is the next Elder Scrolls coming out? Like 2028? 17 years between mainline Elder Scrolls? What the fuck happened here? Well, one of the big problems is Elder Scrolls Online. Elder Scrolls Online could have been Elder Scrolls 6. But, this game does not need to have... We don't need an online Elder Scrolls game, guys. We really don't. And it really took away from getting another mainline Elder Scrolls game. Now we get an Oblivion remake, but it's like, where's the new Elder Scrolls game? It's infuriating. And in that same vein, number 3 is Fallout 76. Guys, I might be dead before Fallout 5 comes out. Because that game probably won't come out till at least 2032. Because it'll come out after Elder Scrolls. So you're telling me we might go from 2016 to 2032 without a brand new Fallout game that isn't Fallout 76 and just remakes besides that or whatever? That doesn't cut the mustard for me. I'm cool with some gaps between entries and series, but these gaps are way too long just to fulfill the needs of some online service bullshit, especially a game that was so bad at launch. Games that are bad at launch that need so many fixes and updates, and to me, Fallout, even more so than Elder Scrolls, should be more of a single-player experience. I just don't get it at all. It kind of... Both these franchises got a little ruined by these games, in my opinion. Some of you may like them and enjoy them and spend many hours in there. If you do, good for you. I'm happy for you. Number 2 on the list, and this definitely is going to give me flack. If the last 2 games didn't give me flack, this game will absolutely give me flack. Number 2 on my list is Fortnite. Look, I understand it's like the most popular game being played right now. And that is part of the problem. So many people are playing Fortnite that other games aren't selling. So many people are enjoying Fortnite and they enjoy that formula of Fortnite. So many other gaming companies are doing whatever they can to make bullshit live service games to chase the dragon and fail. And so we get games like Concord and games like Fair Games that'll come out and shit like that. And it's like, all this stuff, if Fortnite never happened, maybe we'd get more focused single-player games with tacked-on multiplayer. Maybe we wouldn't get as much live service bullshit shoved down our throats. So for the greater good of the gaming community, I would prefer that Fortnite would have never existed at all. That being said, you can check it out on my channel. I did place first in Fortnite in like my second match ever. I found the game to be incredibly boring. I didn't like it. I mostly just hid and ran around until I killed the last guy to win the Battle Royal. I don't like that style of gameplay. I'm not a fan of Battle Royals. And I don't like the microtransactions, all the skins they sell you, and all the bullshit they sell you. And that's just my preference. So if you like Fortnite, and that's all you play, and that's all you've been playing the last 7 or 8 years, and you're having fun, and you're having a good time, and you spent $1,000 on V-Bucks, more power to you. I'm not hating on you. I'm not hating on the game. I'm just saying I feel like the gaming industry got a severe blow because of Fortnite, in my opinion. But number one on the list, I believe, can be universally recognized as the most hated thing known to mankind right now. And yes, this counts because it did release in an alpha. The number one game I wish did not exist, the most hated thing ever, Marathon. Marathon is completely and utter garbage. Nobody wants it. Everybody wants them to cancel the game. Everybody wants them to concord themselves before they actually release the thing. They stole artwork. The game looks boring as hell. No one wants an extraction shooter. Nobody wants this from Bungie. It feels like it wasted years of their time. Everybody else wanted a Destiny 3. They didn't give it to us. This is a complete and total failure for Sony and everybody involved. It's one of gaming's greatest missteps of all time. There's no way to turn it around. There's no way Fortnite does well financially or critically whatsoever. No matter what they say or do, it's done, it's cooked, it's over. Pack it up. Bungie's probably done. They're probably going to get sold off. They're probably going to fail. Bungie, the same studio that made Halo, and for some of you, the studio that made Destiny, you know, games that are classics or endearing forever. And they go to Marathon, and I was excited for it at first with the teaser trailer way back when, and now that we've actually seen the game and we've seen that it's one map, or whatever it is, one map, 3 maps, whatever the fuck it is. It could be 1 map, 2 map, 3 map, 4 map, I don't give a shit. It ain't worth it. There's no PvE. It's, they don't have proximity chat. So there's a lot of issues with the actual game. Not to mention, like I said, the whole fucking thing's plagiarized as far as the artwork goes. The people in the studio are tone deaf. Literally, people hate this game. If they could anti-buy a game, they would. I think we can universally recognize this is number one. It needs to go away. Whether I made this video in 2030 or I made this video in 2025, this should always be number one on people's list because it's just a bad example of gaming in general. And it's a horrible example of the worst parts of the gaming industry. And it's really sad. It really breaks my heart to see Bungie in such a bad spot by their own choosing and by their own making and the corporate greed that oozes from their bosses. And with that being said, guys, that's the end of the video. Hope you liked it. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. I'm out.